Okay guys, before you head into your next medical sales interview, there's 3 questions that you must have an answer for every one of these interviews. Before we move forward, as always, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscription button in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, what are those 3 questions? And those are your 3 whys. Why are you the best candidate for this job? Why medical sales? And why XYZ company? You have to know all 3 of these before you go into any interview. Okay, the most important one is, why are you the best candidate for the role? Excuse me. So you obviously have to take all your past successes and attributes and apply it to that specific role that you're going for, and show how in the past you were able to achieve the same, accomplishments or accomplishments throughout the years that you're going to be able to achieve at this position. So you must know why you're the best. Why are you the best for that role? You have to practice that, guys. That's not something you can look up on ChatGPT, okay? Personally, I like reps when they come in with stories that go back before their resume, stuff throughout their childhood. What made them good in sales? Did they have a lemonade stand when they were a kid? Were they very personable? Do they have great salesmanship, doing jobs like working as a waiter or a bartender, where you're very friendly, and you have a lot of one-on-one interaction. It could be something traumatic where, unfortunately something, health-wise could have happened to either you or a family member, which made you really want to get into the healthcare industry. It could have been a competitive background where you were in sports, and you were always a scholar athlete, always competing. Those are all attributes that make a great medical sales rep. Obviously, salesmanship, compassion for health, and competitive. Because that's what you're going to need to do in a competitive medical sales role. Number 2, why medical sales? Okay, this answer has to be prepared, guys. You can't go in there and wing it and be like, well, I just thought this would be an interesting job, or my friend does it, my cousin does it, they say it's great. I hear there's a lot of great benefits, you get a lot of freedom. It's got to be more passionate than that, and you got to show more insight that you've done your research. Talk about specifics about the role, not just that it pays well and then you get to work with doctors. I want to hear stories that that you learn from other candidates on specifics that they love about the role that you can share with that hiring manager. You got to bring passion at the end of the day. And the only way you can show that is by doing the research and speaking with the reps and putting the time in to formulate your answer. And lastly, why XYZ company? That answer is going to change depending on whatever company you're interviewing with. Sometimes you want to work for a big company, sometimes you want to work for a mom and pop, but that just takes the research behind, before the interview. Not just researching the website, guys. Do not make that mistake. You have to have conversations with reps, managers, anyone that has dealt with, the real day-to-day activities in that role. And it's even good to speak to competitors, because you want to see how they view the company too. Sometimes it's not always negative from a competitor, but put the research in, practice those 3 answers, guys, because they're going to come up on every interview, and you have to have them down pat. So if you guys need any help, feel free to reach out, send me a message, and I wish you the best of luck.